You may be going through a tough time in your life right now, feeling like you're not making any progress towards your goals. But if you stick with me till the end of this video, I promise you'll feel inspired to keep moving forward no matter what obstacles you face. That's because today we're going to take an in-depth look at the life of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and discover what secret he used to go from being homeless as a kid to becoming one of the highest paid actors in the world. So without further ado, let's get started. The year is 1972, and our main character, a young Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, is born into a poor family. As a child, he faces hardship after hardship and rejection after rejection. And there's nothing more difficult for a child than dealing with that kind of stress. At age 2, he moves from city to city following his father's wrestling career and never really has a stable place to call home. Because of this, he develops a strong sense of insecurity. And as he gets older, these insecurities follow him into sports. You see, while living in Hawaii, The Rock decides to try out for the football team at his school. However, it doesn't take long for him to realize that he's not as good as the other kids. In fact, he ends up fumbling the ball more times than anyone else, and when he tries to make up for it by going to practice, he gets benched immediately. It didn't matter how much work he put in, says the coach. He was too slow. All of his teammates laugh at him and call him names like Tiny Romer and Mofo Slow, and at the end of tryouts, he's cut from the team. I felt so humiliated, recalls The Rock. I walked around school with my head down because I didn't want anyone to see me. So he puts all his energy into wrestling. But once again, failure follows him. After losing his first match, he goes back to practice, determined to get better. But his coach just tells him that he's not meant to be a wrestler. "You're too slow and uncoordinated," he says. "Why don't you just give up?" Disappointed, The Rock goes home and spends the next year training by himself. He goes to the gym every day, lifts heavy weights, does curls in the parking lot, and squats on the stairs of his apartment building. And slowly but surely, he begins to improve. His body starts to change. He becomes stronger, faster, and more confident. And finally, he's ready to give wrestling another shot. In his second match, he wins. And over the next few years, he keeps winning until he becomes one of the most popular wrestlers in the world. Our animated Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson looks back and realizes that his journey to success was not an easy one. In fact, it was filled with many struggles. There were times when he wanted to quit, but he knew that if he did, all his hard work would have been for nothing. So he pushed through the pain, both physically and mentally, and never gave up on his dreams. That's why today he can call himself a successful actor, producer, and businessman. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, sitting in his mansion, relaxing by the pool. He has everything he could ever want or need, but he knows that none of it would have been possible if it wasn't for his amazing work ethic. That's why he still wakes up at 4 a.m. every day to train in the gym, even though he doesn't have to anymore. He knows that hard work is the only way to achieve success, and he's not willing to stop now. As he takes a sip of his coffee, he remembers the days when he was just starting out and didn't know if he would ever make it big, but he never lost sight of his goal, and that's what allowed him to succeed. Today, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is one of the most successful actors in Hollywood. He's starred in some of the biggest movies of all time and has won numerous awards for his performances. But he knows that none of it would have been possible if it wasn't for his amazing work ethic. That's why he still wakes up at 4 a.m. every day to train in the gym, even though he doesn't have to anymore. He knows that hard work is the only way to achieve success, and he's not willing to stop anytime soon. Now, as The Rock continues to relax by the pool, he thinks about all the people who doubted him over the years. There were so many people who thought he would never make it big. They said he was too slow, too uncoordinated, and too inexperienced. But he proved them all wrong with his hard work and determination. Today, The Rock is a household name and one of the most successful actors in Hollywood. He has millions of fans all over the world who admire him for his strength, charisma, and dedication to his craft. But he never forgets where he started and the struggles he had to overcome to get where he is today. Looking up at the sky, he feels a wave of gratitude for the strength that helped him through tough times. Without faith, He knows he wouldn't have tackled all the challenges life threw his way. As he sips his coffee, thoughts of family fill his mind. They've been his solid support, always believing in him when no one else would. He knows he wouldn't be where he is today without their love and encouragement. Family really does make all the difference, doesn't it? With a grateful heart, The Rock closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. He knows that his journey to success was not an easy one, but he wouldn't trade it for the world. Every struggle, every setback, and every sacrifice has made him who he is today. He's not just a successful actor, he's a role model, an inspiration, and a true champion. All of a sudden, The Rock's phone starts to ring. It's his agent calling him with the latest box office numbers for his new movie. He's not really interested in hearing them, though. He knows that no matter what the numbers say, he's done his best and that's all that matters. But when his agent tells him that the movie has grossed over $1 billion worldwide, he can't help but smile. It's not because he's proud of the success, but because he knows that so many people have come together to make it happen. From the crew members to the cast and everyone else involved, they all worked hard and put their hearts into the project, and the results speak for themselves. As he hangs up the phone, The Rock feels a sense of gratitude wash over him. He knows that he's been blessed in so many ways, not just with success, but with the opportunity to do what he loves every day. For him, acting is more than just a job, it's a passion, and he feels so grateful to be able to share his gift with the world. Suddenly, The Rock's daughter walks up to him and asks him for a piggyback ride. Without hesitation, he scoops her up and gives her the ride she's been asking for. As they walk around the pool, he thinks about how lucky he is to be a father. Being a dad is the most rewarding thing he's ever done in his life, and he cherishes every moment he gets to spend with his little girl. After putting his daughter down, The Rock decides it's time to get back to work. He's got a busy schedule ahead of him, but he's excited to tackle it. As he heads back to his mansion, he can't help but smile. He knows that he's living the dream, and he's grateful for every moment of it. We can't talk about The Rock without mentioning one of his most iconic roles, the villain in the Fast and Furious franchise. Let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer power and intensity that he brings to the role. Even though he's known for his charismatic charm, he completely transforms himself into a ruthless and intimidating bad guy. With a menacing stare and a voice like gravel, he commands respect and fear in equal measure. Whether he's hatching evil plans or engaging in high-octane action sequences, The Rock delivers a performance that's both captivating and terrifying. It's no wonder why he's become one of the highest-paid actors in the world. The Rock drives his car down a dark and winding road. He's just finished filming a late-night action scene for the latest Fast and Furious movie, and he can't help but feel a sense of pride and satisfaction. As he pulls up to his mansion, he steps out of the car and greets his security team who've been waiting patiently for him. One of them hands him a bouquet of flowers and a handwritten card. The Rock smiles as he reads the message inside. It's from the crew of the film, thanking him for being such a positive force on set and wishing him all the best. As he walks through the front door, his wife and kids rush to greet him. They've missed him while he's been away filming, and it feels good to be back home. The Rock picks up his son and gives him a piggyback ride around the house. His daughter giggles as she watches them and asks for a turn. The Rock happily obliges, and soon they're all fast asleep. In his luxurious bedroom, The Rock lays in bed next to his wife. They talk about their day and catch up on each other's lives. They're grateful for the success they've achieved together and the strong bond they share. The Rock knows that none of it would have been possible without his amazing work ethic. That's why he still wakes up at 4 a.m. every day to train in the gym, even though he doesn't have to anymore. He knows that hard work is the only way to achieve success, and he's not willing to stop anytime soon. Before he closes his eyes for the night, The Rock reaches over and squeezes his wife's hand. He knows that she's his rock, and that she'll be there for him no matter what. With a grateful heart, he drifts off to sleep. Now, some people might think that The Rock's life is perfect, but the truth is, it's not. Just like everyone else, he struggles with self-doubt and insecurity. But instead of letting those negative thoughts consume him, he uses them as fuel to push himself harder and achieve even greater success. The Rock is a true testament to the saying that behind every great man is an even greater woman. His wife is his biggest supporter, and she's always there to help him reach his full potential. Together, they're an unstoppable team. The Rock sits down on a bench in his home gym, taking a moment to reflect on his incredible journey. He started out as a young boy with nothing but a dream and a desire to make something of himself. Through sheer hard work and determination, he became one of the most successful wrestlers of all time and then transitioned to a successful acting career. But he never forgot where he came from and the values that made him who he is today. He remains humble, disciplined, and grateful for every success he achieves. As he looks back on his journey, The Rock can't help but smile. He's come a long way from the insecure kid who struggled to find his place in the world. Now he's a confident, driven, and compassionate man who uses his platform to help others. He knows that his success isn't just about money or fame. It's about making a positive impact on the world and inspiring others to be their best selves. In the end, The Rock's story is a reminder that anything is possible if you set your mind to it. No matter what obstacles you face, you can achieve your dreams with hard work, determination, and a positive attitude. So never give up on your dreams, no matter how difficult they seem. The Rock believed in himself even when no one else did, and it paid off. He went from being an insecure kid who struggled to fit in to becoming one of the most successful entertainers in the world. So, if you're feeling down, just remember that The Rock was once in your shoes and he knows what it's like to face adversity. But he didn't let that stop him from achieving his dreams. And neither should you. Now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite The Rock movie? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave us a like. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.